My first day with LCL starts with my first day of sobriety in 1991 in January after a 3-day weekend. I decided on my way to work, literally driving down Interstate 94 over here, that it was time to do something about my drinking. And this was like most alcoholics, after years of trying to stop and never being successful.
LCL has referral services to professionals of all different kinds, chemical dependency, emotional problems. LCL also runs mentor programs so that law students, judges, lawyers that are having problems can be partnered up with someone who has suffered similar problems and can help them through that and advise them. There are also support groups that folks with similar problems can, if they want to work in a small group setting under trained guidance of professionals, sit and talk to each other and give each other support. All of the services are confidential. All of them are free. Whatever a student needs, LCL can help them out.
Well, I'd been practicing law for about 2 or 3 years as a practicing lawyer and as a practicing alcoholic. I had a DWI, among other things, that were what convinced me that I needed to do something about my problem. When I got into recovery and then went into LCL, it let me do a couple of things. For one thing, it let me talk to other lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers support groups, and LCL has expanded since. At the time, it was just drunks, just recovering alcoholics. But it's gone into other ranges of chemical dependency, and there are groups now, support groups now for depression and a variety of mental issues that lawyers do suffer from, and so that support's available. But I used that. I got very excellent support from lawyers in AA, and it was a lifesaver for me.
Lawyers have pressures. They're peculiar to lawyers. They're not, everybody has pressures. They understand those. They understand what you're going through. And so when you bring that up or you bring up something in that regard, they understand that you can only get from fellow professionals.
Well, I practiced law for over 50 years and was pretty good at it. I liked to drink, but I didn't abuse it very much. Then I retired and had nobody to report to or account to, and I began to drink a bit. And I began to drink quite a bit. I went to Hazelden and for 28 days, I believe, and I was immediately brought into LCL, which was a wonderful thing to have happen to me.
LCL is an important organization because lawyers, judges, and law students suffer at a higher level. I believe it's 3 times more likely to suffer from depression and more likely to suffer from chemical dependency in one form or another.
They've done a lot of studies now on law school and law students. The studies show that law students start out being pretty representative of the general U.S. population, same approximate levels of depression, anxiety, all the other emotional dysfunctions. But within the first semester or 2, the numbers skyrocket and go up by 3 times, sometimes quintupled in depression, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, chemical dependency. You name it, the law students start suffering for it at kind of alarming numbers.
It's very competitive to be in with really smart type A personalities. You're expected to be perfect even before you graduate. And then once you come into the profession, I think just adds tremendous stress.
Walking back into your home or your work after you've been through treatment, you feel like you're walking in with your clothes off. I mean, somehow there's this feeling that you look different and people know what's been happening to you. And in point of fact, they don't. They don't. It isn't stamped here, big A. And it's okay. And I ultimately started telling people. And now I don't carry it as around as a badge of honor, and I'm not going to blab it to the world. But people that know me know I'm very open about my alcoholism.
LCL has a 24-hour hotline. You can call in on your own behalf or someone else's. There's a lot of volunteers and mentors that are willing to show up and help in any way they can, and it's strictly confidential.
The guy that had coffee with me that morning in January of '91 said to me, "Charlie, there's only two results of this disease, and they're either insanity or death." And I think he's right. I really do. And it isn't going to get any better. So face it. Get out there. We'll help you.
The friendships that I've made inside the legal community through LCL have been lifelong, and keys to my recovery. I owe that to LCL. I mean, I owe that to this program of recovery, and that matters to me. I want to stay in it, and I want to support it.